Good morning, my channel viewers. Today, as I promised yesterday, I came with a new video. The video mainly focuses on the paradigm of Durkheim, on his work of suicide, and George Simmel's work on individuality and social form. Stay with me. Those of you who are new to my channel, please don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment on the video. So let me proceed to the video. What is suicide for Durkheim? According to Durkheim, suicide is a death resulting directly or indirectly from a positive or negative act of a victim himself, which he knows will produce the result. Durkheim described suicide based on social fact or official statistics obtained from different European countries. He analyzed the data he gained from different European countries by going or by following or by in the form of deductive approach from whole to part. He believed that Durkheim believed that the thoughts and motives of the victim are uncertain for studying suicide on his book on page 101. According to Durkheim, suicide can be caused by nature of society by themselves. The concept of integration and regulation are the key concepts that causes suicide according to Durkheim. He studied suicide to establish a science of society. Durkheim paradigm in the study of suicide. Durkheim is a positivist. His paradigm is positivist because he viewed society as real. For him, suicide is out there. Suicide exists out there. So he believed that there are social causes that lead to suicide, and suicide can be studied scientifically. All these facts help us to categorize Durkheim as a positivist. If we evaluate his work in terms of elements of paradigm, let us start with ontology. He obtained different official stats from European countries, and he considered those official stats as a social fact, and he analyzed it statistically to establish a pattern of behavior in social law for suicide. His assumption is that it is possible to establish science of society, and he considered society as a thing or as a social fact. So Durkheim is a realist in terms of his ontology. Durkheim's epistemology. What led Durkheim to study suicide was the French Revolution, which took place in 1789. This revolution has resulted in a social choice or a social disorder. So the society were desiring to return back to the peaceful day of the Middle Age, but society, what you call Durkheim, knows that it was impossible to return back to the peaceful day of the Middle Age because the development advancement lead such return impossible. So suicide. So the work of Durkheim on suicide, when we evaluate in terms of epistemology, he is objectivist. He is objectivist because suicide, according to him, can be described only by individual, cannot be described only by individual difference alone. He used the concept of social integration and regulation as a cause of suicide. Either of these two factors, when they become high or too low of this, lead to suicide according to Durkheim. He linked suicide with the social current of egoism, altruism, and anomie. Durkheim's methodology. He used a technique of quantitative study. Mainly he followed an approach of deductive approach. He measured suicide statistically. So Durkheim used a historical comparative to study suicide. The second session discusses or focuses on the work of George Simmel on individuality and social form and his paradigm. For Durkheim, individuals exist for themselves and for the society. Every individual has a core of individuality which cannot be created by anybody else, according to George Simmel. He mentioned that individuals are unique and they are concrete compared to society. So for him, society are association of free individuals that cannot be studied the same way as physical world. So society exists only when there is a group interaction and individual interaction, according to George Simmel. So this leads us to call him or to call his paradigm as constructivist, because he depends on the approach of relationism or reciprocal relationship. Let us evaluate his paradigm in terms of its element, ontology, Simmel's ontology. He viewed society as concrete, but he viewed that society can exist only when there are individuals, when individuals come into social form to interact each other. And he viewed society as a microscopic assumption of psychological component of social life. So the ontological position of George Simmel is relationism. That means he is subjectivist. Simmel's epistemology, interaction, association are basic units of social life according to him. He was influenced by different scholars like Max Weber and Immanuel Kant. Again, he is objectivist in his epistemology. Simmel's methodology, he has used an approach called the dialectic, a contradiction. So he was writing or he was constructing a kind of narratives when he writes. So he is like writing like a poet, but never devised any systematic methodology, but he followed an approach of inductive approach. So Durkheim, what you call George Simmel, is he has not developed any systematic methodology as per of Durkheim. Let us summarize the main paradigm position of Durkheim and George Simmel. Evaluation area paradigm. Durkheim is positivist, Simmel is constructivist, or he is social definitionist. Ontology, Durkheim believes in a single reality or realism. Simmel believes in multiple reality or relationism. The epistemological position of Durkheim is objective, and what you call the Simmel's ontological position in the study of individuality and social form is subjective methodology. He has used deductive or quantitative approach, and he has specifically used a method called historical comparative in the study of suicide, Durkheim, but Simmel didn't devise any systematic methodology as per Durkheim. Thank you so much. This is the end of my today's video. Don't forget to subscribe, share, and like the video. Next time I will come with an interesting video about the classical sociologists. Thank you so much. Have a good day.